I doubt anyone will see this, but I wanted to get this out while I could. I've been in and out of recovery for obsessive compulsive disorder for most of my life. For years, I've practiced exposure and response prevention, the gold standard treatment. I've also tried dialectical behavioral therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, inner child meditation, and eating a lot of chocolate cake. This last method is the least useful, but most delicious. In any case, I now am acutely aware of how my brain works. My brain adheres to unwanted, intrusive thoughts the way dust settles in between the snug letters of my computer keyboard. These sticky thoughts are obsessions. After my brain decides what to stick to, it tells me the only way to feel better is by doing a ritualistic action. These are compulsions. Like, maybe my brain keeps showing me the image of my clean, bright paper cut turning green, teeming with flesh-eating bacteria. For hours, I'll feel the compulsion to scroll through Google images of skin diseases to triple, no, quadruple check that I don't have any. Usually, I avoid indulging these futile compulsions. Performing compulsions instead of letting your thoughts carry on with the clouds is proven to make OCD worse. Like I said, I go to therapy, but I still have OCD. Intellectually, I know that thoughts on their own mean nothing. Feelings on their own are trivial, but I walk around believing that I am doomed. It's like there is a hand always pressing on my shoulder or a beetle caught in the black threads of my hair. There is a knot in my untrustworthy soul. It whispers, something very bad is about to happen. To me. Soon. Now. To cope, I play games by Supermassive, the British video game studio. It's best known for cinematic choose-your-own-adventure horror games like 2015's Until Dawn, which is getting remade this year. These games essentially function like 10-hour movies thrillingly spliced with quick-time events and overlapping narrative paths. In a tense moment, the seconds after a character is confronted with some flamethrower, werewolf, psycho killer man, you'll get time choices on your screen asking if you'd rather run or hide, take a shortcut or the long way around. The stakes in a supermassive game are always high, like choosing to hang on to an innocuous box of fireworks in the quarry could ultimately save a blonde lady's life, or choosing not to move in Until Dawn can save a annoying popular boy's fingers from getting chopped like parsley. Small choices decide whether the game's horny characters get to live, die, or kiss. Every moment in these games is packed with the layers of flesh and meaning that my OCD assigns to parts of my day that to anyone else would be completely forgettable. Like, in my OCD brain, seeing a police car driving past my apartment means I will be sentenced to a life in prison. Seeing spam mail in my inbox means my identity is already stolen, and if there was a raccoon prowling in my backyard, dragging its hairy tail all over my favorite lawn chair, I 100% am frothing with rabies. These are examples of the disordered thinking I have learned to push through. When I don't push through, it eats my time and sense of self like a caterpillar on a new leaf. But when I play a game by Supermassive, I get utility out of OCD logic. I roleplay as the Old Testament God my OCD believes I am. That's how powerful my actions are in these games. Until Dawn even employs the butterfly effect as a game mechanic, signaling when a minor narrative choice you've made will impact the long-term outcome of your game with a graphic made of flitting black butterflies. When I trigger these butterfly effect updates, as they're called, I notice I don't panic. The This is surprising because in my life, my OCD urges me to always predict the end of a story, and it prefers the most gruesome outcome. But when I play a supermassive game, I don't make predictions. I let the story reveal itself. I think my calm has something to do with these games' aggressive QuickTime events. They always come up when my heart is thumping and my fingers are sliding all over my PlayStation controller, so I end up clicking circle when I obviously meant triangle, or I overthink my options so much that I end up letting them time out. In these situations, I understand that I can't always be in control. Sometimes there's no other choice but to surrender to possibility.